і ми вас під'єднаємо. І передаю слово нашим презентерам. So, good luck to you. You can start.
Thank you so much. So hi and welcome from Germany and to this presentation. My name is Polina Peticheva. I work at the international office of FAU. If I need to speak louder, maybe please let me know. Otherwise, I'll just continue on like this. With me here today is my colleague Patrick Stör. He is here to represent the Faculty of Sciences and to introduce to you the study programs that they have there. We also have here Kerstin Seitz, who will be speaking on behalf of the Study Advice Service. They are the ones who offer you help regarding your application and what study programs to choose, what certificates you need, and stuff like that. And last but not least, we have Karen Jess, or Yes. I'm actually not sure because we've never worked together so far, but I'm sure she'll introduce herself later. She's here to represent the Faculty of Engineering and specifically her study program that she's in charge of. And so I think we're just going to jump right in, and I'm just going to give you a couple of beautiful pictures of our university. This is our main building. Unfortunately, we are needing to move out of it this year because it's getting renovated. But for now, you can still go there, visit it. It's right in the city center of Erlangen. It's by the Schlossgarten, which is just like a beautiful garden, as you can see in the picture. And our university was founded back in 1743, as you can see on the slide. So it's been around for a little while, so to speak. And the motto of our university is moving knowledge. And basically what it says is that we really try to excel at research and to try to connect the research to an innovative approach and to a practical approach as well. Now, because you might have not heard about Erlangen so far, this is where it is located on the map and basically where the heart is. I know that Czech universities also like to say that they're in the heart of Europe, but I feel like we're closer. We're just a little bit closer. We are kind of in the northern part of southern Germany, if this makes sense. We are right by Nuremberg, which is a pretty big historical town that I will say a couple of words about in a couple of minutes. And we're also about 2 hours away from Munich. Then depending on which mode of transportation you take, 3 to 5 hours away from Berlin. So this is kind of to give you an idea. I think 3 hours away from Prague as well. So you can really travel around pretty easily if you need to go anywhere for your studies, for an exchange semester, or to do some research, do some work, or just to vacation, because we do have a lot of vacation time in the German semesters. So now what I would like to tell you is kind of how our university is built. And you can see here, and you can see here that there are two, sorry, I lost my train of thought. We are located in two cities mainly, being Erlangen and Nuremberg, which I've both mentioned before. Erlangen is kind of where most of the faculties are located, or at least every faculty is represented in some kind of way. So for example, what we have there is the Faculty of Medicine and the large university hospital. There is also the Faculty of Humanities that is located in Erlangen. So basically every study program, I don't know, some people view it negatively, I view it positively, every kind of study program that doesn't fit in neatly into any of the faculties finds a place at the Faculty of Humanities, Social Sciences, and Theology, which is wonderful. This is where we also have some of our international programs, or things like sports programs, for example. So if you haven't found them on our website yet, then definitely check out what this faculty has to offer. Then we have the Faculty of Sciences, which offers, as the name suggests, subjects such as biology, chemistry, you have geography, and such studies. There's also the Faculty of Engineering, which is really kind of pioneering research at the moment, and also the School of Law, with a counterpart of Business, Economics, and Society being located in Nuremberg. And Nuremberg is really where the large campus is for the businesses, for the studies of society, marketing, journalism, stuff like that. And what we also have in Nuremberg is the Center for Teacher Education. So, for example, what you can do in Erlangen is you can just study languages or linguistics and subjects like those on their own. And then in Nuremberg, they also have the educational, the pedagogical classes, the counterparts. Yeah, just to give you an impression of what the cities are like in general. So in Erlangen, we have around 100,000 inhabitants. This is where we have all of our faculties represented. And what students usually say about Erlangen is that because, I don't know what percentage, but a pretty large percentage of Erlangen, like, I don't know, a fifth, a quarter or something, is just students. So it feels pretty safe. It feels pretty natural for new students to arrive there and to live there. And it is really just a calm and quiet town, but it's also pretty close to Nuremberg, which is much more of a kind of vibrant and urban hub, so to speak. And we have over 500,000 inhabitants there. We have our two faculties represented there. And it's really just more of a normal city, if you can say it like that. It's basically very diverse as well. You will find people of all ages, all backgrounds there. And it's obviously very, very historic in terms of the Nuremberg Castle, the famous painter Albrecht Dürer, also some more negative historical aspects, but we try, to also present the positive ones here. So this is basically everything that Nuremberg is famous for. And you can see this is a picture of the city center here. And now to basically tell you why to come to FAU, why it's so great, why we are all here, is because we have almost 40,000 students. We have, as I've said many times before, 5 faculties. We have over 200 degree programs. We have over 600 professorships. And most importantly, about a quarter of our students is actually international. And I think this really contributes to students, despite Germany kind of having like this kind of cold and everybody's, to themselves kind of attitude. I feel like because there are so many international students, there's really a spot available for everyone. And you can really fit in well from what I've heard from other students. And once again, like you saw on the Erlangen slide, a lot of students report that it's pretty safe, pretty inclusive to live here. So if you would like to come, then we would love to help you. And now I'm just going to move over to the slides for the Faculty of Sciences and let Patrick present to you what it's all about.
Hi, hello everyone. Yeah, I'm representing the Faculty of Sciences here. Just a few general remarks. We're basically representing all the subjects you either know from school or from university time, which you usually, affiliate with with natural sciences. So from physics to chemistry, mathematics, biology, the geosciences, so geology, geography, etc. We offer 12 bachelor programs, basically from these disciplines. Oh, I guess we're missing yeah, exactly. Thank you. We're missing, we're representing, we have 12 bachelor programs. They are mostly one subject programs. They are all taught in German. So if you want to start your bachelor here, you need to have a very good command of German. It's quite different in the master programs, where we have 14 programs and which are mostly taught in English. So by that, I mean most of the programs are completely taught in English. There are a few still taught in German, such as economic mathematics or cell and molecular biology. Apart from that, most is taught in English. Maybe we can go to the next slide because I'm going to focus a bit more on the master programs, as these are, I think, more relevant to you, as I guess most of you will have a very good command of English, but probably not so good of German yet. For those programs in English, you don't need any knowledge of German. You need to have English knowledge on the level B2. And what is quite important, you need a bachelor, of course, in the background of this subject. And you need to have a good theoretical, but also a really practical knowledge in the respective subject. And that is because, I mean, lab internships, etc., lab internships and independent research work plays an important role in our master projects. We want you to be like, how to say, completely educated scientists. Once you get your degree from FAU, we want you to be ready to either stay in academia to go for a PhD or to join the industry, yeah, the industrious workforce, maybe in research and development or in other fields, and to have not only theoretical knowledge from lectures, but to have hands-on experience doing experiments on your own, conducting your own research work. And if we have a look at the different subjects we are covering, yeah, let's just start with chemistry. For example, in chemistry, you choose for your master's 2 or 4 chemistry modules from the basic disciplines of chemistry: inorganic, organic, physical, and theoretical/quantum chemistry. And you can supplement it with chemistry electives, for example, energy materials, interface research, catalysis, etc. Whatever you're most interested in. We are offering a second chemistry-based program, which is called Molecular Sciences, and has 2, let's say, main directions. One is in molecular life science, which focuses mostly on drug discovery, molecular modeling. And we have molecular nanosciences, which focuses more on material sciences, nanoanalytics, supramolecular chemistry, and of course applications mostly in the field of engineering. We have a biology-based program which is called Integrated Life Sciences. It's a mixture of biology, biomathematics, biophysics, and it really is a modern program that accounts a lot for the rapidly developing research in molecular biology, biophysics, systems biology, as it's called now, or synthetic biology. And it really goes from the single molecule level to up to the analysis of the cell and organisms, and then even to the description of whole biological systems. If we talk about mathematics already, then we have a quite new program in data science, which covers big data and the analysis of big data, which it's concerned with data modeling, machine learning, simulation methods, all at the intersection of computer sciences, mathematics, and statistics. So also, if you have an informatic background, this can be interesting to you. You're quite free to choose your own specializations, from artificial intelligence, machine learning, and there are a lot of application subjects from the humanities to medical imaging to engineering disciplines. Also quite close to, or let's say, affiliated to engineering is our Master in Computational and Applied Mathematics. It's more for students who really like those rigorous mathematical analysis and scientific computing, and it's a lot about predicting phenomena and of course optimizing processes in science and engineering. We have a quite large physics department, which is quite good for students, as they can really choose their specialization they're interested in most. We have a Center for Astrophysics and Astroparticle Physics. Erlangen is a Bavarian hub for quantum technologies. Then we have a Max Planck Institute, which is an extra-university research institute here in Germany. It's quite famous. And we have the branch for optical sciences here in Erlangen, or let's say the physics of life. And we also have a Max Planck Center for physics and life sciences. And if that's your interest, you can also specialize in condensed matter physics. And quite interesting about our physics department, in addition, is that it always has top ranking results in a quite famous German study conditions ranking. Then let's maybe maybe go to the geosciences, where we have a master in paleobiology, which covers macroevolution, ecology, paleoenvironmental reconstruction, and all does this also with a quite quantitative approach. So statistical analysis is an important topic here, and it's a really nice program. It's very specialized, so probably maybe no one's here that is interested in it. I'm mentioning it nevertheless because it has really nice practical projects and really provides you with skills you need in your later life or in your later career, such as preparation of funding applications, scientific writing, how to communicate your science, and gives you also some interdisciplinary background from environmental sciences, from chemistry and informatics. And then we have a master in physical geography, climate and environmental sciences, with 3 main study directions: climate research, environmental analysis, and geoinformatics. And last but not least, we have a study program in cooperation with our medical faculty, which got elite or was awarded elite status from our Ministry of Education. It is called Integrated Immunology, and it provides you with a comprehensive education in the field of immunology at the interface between, as said, biology and medicine. And it also has mandatory internships abroad, which are partly financed. And it's this is a pretty also a small program, also quite specialized, but also very interesting if that is your field of interest. And that's basically what I wanted to say about our master programs, about our study offer. And I would pass on, I assume, to Karin to introduce the Faculty of Engineering.
Yes, and just a quick mention, everybody of the presenters can just click on their own slides as they're speaking. I think that's going to be more comfortable for you. Sorry.
Yes.
No worries. Well, thank you, Paulina and Patrick. I'm Karin Jess from the Faculty of Engineering, and I am also program coordinator from one of our international programs, which I will mention later on. But first of all, I would like to introduce all of our bachelor and master's programs that are in German. Well, some of them, I don't think they are all covered because we have really a lot of programs at the Faculty of Engineering. So just to mention a few, we have covered all process engineerings, all computational engineerings, medical engineerings, electrical engineerings, also various programs in mechanical engineering and materials science. These are the programs that are solely in German and where you need to have a DSH2 level of German. But what is maybe more interesting to you are our programs in English, because we not only have several master programs that are completely taught in English, but also 3 bachelor programs that are all in English as well. And here you do not need to have any German knowledge. You just have to have knowledge in English on a level of B2. And as you can see, there are nearly, all engineering fields that you can think of that we have covered at our very big faculty. And because I'm the study coordinator of one of the bachelor and master's program, I would like to introduce this a little bit closer. This is the study program of clean energy processes, which I think is one of the, which covers one of the most important fields of engineering at the moment, which is we have set the challenge to try to try to be part of the solution for the climate crisis. With our program, we want to help creating climate-friendly energy. We want to have a industry where we have sustainable processes. And as I said, it's bachelor and master. It's a very research-oriented international program. Most of our students are international students. Not all of them. There are some German folk too. So we have an interdisciplinary approach. We not only cover the technical part, but also the socio-economic part and the ethical. We have some ethics modules as well. At Erlangen, we are at the cutting edge research in hydrogen and chemical and process engineering. And we also have many cooperations with national and international research partners and institutes, for example, Helmholtz Institute for Renewable Energies, which is at our campus as well. So this is just a few words for clean energy processes, but we also do have 2 other bachelor programs at our faculty, which are also great if you have interests in other fields, which are very important as well. For example, artificial intelligence. This is an in-depth understanding of intelligent model system and algorithms that you can learn there. And you have, if you succeed in this area, you are qualified for a career in a very dynamic and fast-growing field, and it's very important, as you all are aware of, I guess. Also, this is an absolute fascinating field as well. It's autonomy technologies. This is a very unique combination of electrical engineering and computer science. So this is designed for competent engineers that are at home at the rapidly growing field of autonomy technologies. So as you can see at the Faculty of Engineering, we are, well, at the pulse of the time, basically. We are right in the middle of the most fascinating research, and we would be happy for you if some of you are interested in engineering and want to join us in our programs. And I think that's all from me. And Eva, I think it's off to you.
Thank you very much, Karin. I hope everybody can hear me. At the beginning, I had some technical problems, but I hope it will work now. But let's see. I am happy to introduce the School of Business, Economics and Society to you. As Paulina mentioned in the beginning, we are not based in Erlangen. We are based in Nuremberg, which is very close to Erlangen, but a bit bigger. The city has about 500,000 inhabitants. And at our school, you can study business and economics. And we have 2 bachelor programs, which are completely taught in English, and 3 which are taught 3 master programs in English. So I will start with the bachelor programs. It's International Business Studies and International Economic Studies. And as you can take from the name, International Business Studies is about business management, and it qualifies you for working in international companies. And we have some in our metropolitan region. And the International Economic Studies Bachelor is more an economics bachelor, and you can work in banks and insurance companies and so forth. And it also, of course, qualifies you for a master program at our school. And we have, I can click the slides. Oh, great. One master program is, for example, the Master in International Business Studies, and the Bachelor in International Business is a perfect preparation for this master programs. It's very selective, so you can work in management roles in international companies, and this master program has a very diverse student body, so our students come from all over the world. But of course, we have some German students as well, but all modules are taught in English. And the same is for the Master in International Information Systems. It's a program which is for information technology and business environment. And we have as well courses in the fields of management, but also in information systems, database systems, software engineering, and of course, artificial intelligence. And last but not least, we have a master in economics. In this master program is about economics and with an international focus, and it's specifically for working in scientific research, and it has different specializations. For example, labor economics, macroeconomics, finance, and public economics, energy markets, and so on. And we have also partners for research, but this is not my slide anymore. I hope I didn't click, but I don't know.
No, it was a perfect transition.
Okay, thank you very much, Paulina, and thank you for your attention. And if you do have any further questions about our study programs, you can just ask me further on. Thank you.
Thank you, Eva. Yeah, so as she mentioned, we do have a lot of business partners. We also have a lot of partners in research because, like we said before, and like you might have noticed, through our presentation, the way we're located and the way we work at FAU, we really try to combine research with, like I said in my introduction, with innovation, with actually hands-on, things that you do. So what we do have in our area is, for example, we do have a big Siemens, what do you call it, like location, offices, buildings. In our area, we also have Datev, which is a big corporation here. Adidas originated literally like 20 kilometers away from Erlangen. So all of those big global players are in the area. They are very happy to cooperate with the university, with you as students. So if you're looking to work at any of these companies, then or do some research for your thesis, anything like that, then you're very welcome to go ahead and move to Erlangen, start studying at FAU, or move to Nuremberg at least. And yeah, because that's where we're at. If you are interested in whether we can actually back up everything that we're saying, then yes, we can. You should take a look at the slide. You can also double check the sources. We were ranked #1 in Germany in terms of innovation, and was a couple years ago, but it's still the truest ranking. We also have some rankings that you can see here from 2023 and 24, where basically we are ranked, as you can see in the THE impact ranking, for example, where we are ranked #1 internationally in terms of industry, innovation, infrastructure, in terms of sustainability, and such like things like that. There's also the Shanghai ranking, which grades how well our subjects are designed, basically. And this is where you can also see some statistics on how it's going. Please don't answer the questions for now, because it'll move the slides for me, and then I won't be able to present, but thank you. Yeah, so basically you can double check those sources if you're interested. The next slide, I'm actually going to skip one slide because it's not as important, but I am going to go straight over to the international profile and the services. So as I've mentioned before, we have over 7,000 international students. So about a quarter of all our students are internationals from all over the world. If you are trying to get settled at FAU, you can just Google FAU plus buddy program, see what that's about. It's basically where we pair local students. They could be German, they could be internationals, with new students that are freshly coming to FAU. And so you will be a group of like 4 to 6 people that will all be getting to know each other, and at least 1 or 2 of them will know their way around. So you will already have a friend group, for example. This is offered by me and my colleagues, by the international office. where you can also in general just ask, you know, questions, concerns, anything that doesn't concern academia, for example. This is what we're for. So if you have any kind of troubles with your landlord, or you don't know if a rental contract is, you know, real or fake, if you're getting scammed, you can come to us. If you're having any troubles with your visa or your health insurance, then that's what we're basically for. And, you know, everything is free of charge. There's no tuition fees. The only thing that you do have to pay is, I think, a 72 euro service fee, which goes towards being able to offer student services for free, which is something that every student has to pay. But other than that, there are no tuition fees. We do offer free language courses, though, and international career service. So, for example, applications do work differently in every country. And if you would like to see what the application process is like in Germany, then our career service does have some lectures that focus on that can prepare you for an interview, or can prepare you how to write your CV, for example, for the German job market. So these are all things that we offer to you. And last but not least, if you're interested in applying to FAU for the bachelor's programs, it's pretty easy, because we do have a kind of centralized deadlines on the 15th of July and 15th for January. Not every program is able to start in the summer semester. Some programs only start in the winter semester. So right now would be a good time to check in and, you know, get prepared. For the master's programs, some programs follow the bachelor's application deadlines, but a lot of them are pretty flexible and like follow alternate application modes. So if you have any questions about that, first of all, definitely check the link, check the QR code, check the information website that we have for all programs. I feel like it's very good, because you can literally just filter what kind of study program you would like, what kind of language you would like to study in, and so on and so forth. So definitely check out the links. And if you still don't understand them, do not worry. You can always email us. I will leave some contact info down below, or actually ask us right now, because now we can move on to the questions. Yeah, I think somebody was already sharing some questions. I think this is where Kerstin will come in. Yeah, I'm just gonna start at the top. If you have more questions, please write them in the chat. Okay, so the first question is, can I study in the Faculty of Sciences and the Faculty of Engineering at the same time? If I want to study mechatronics and data science simultaneously, is this possible? Or do I need to choose only one? I can give you a general answer, but I can also ask Kerstin maybe if she would like to answer, because I do know the general answer, but if you have any more details for me, then please let me know. Because, so like, to my impression, there's basically, the way the German system works is that there are some subjects that you automatically have to pick a second subject for. This is something that I studied, for example, where I had to major in 2 subjects simultaneously. With mechatronics and data science, you probably would need to choose one first and then the other, because otherwise you would just not be able to finish the study program in time. But feel free to correct me. Okay, good. Yeah, so for the next question is, how does FAU handle transfers from Ukrainian universities? For example, can I transfer after the first year without needing to go through a Studienkolleg? Is there a chance that I won't have to repeat some courses? This one I'm just going to give straight over to Kerstin, because I think it's possible to just transfer after 1 year, but I don't want to give any wrong info.
Yeah, indeed, it's the minimum requirement for studying at German universities. So if you want to start studying, you need 1 year of studies in Ukraine, and you can apply also for recognition of courses if you want to. Okay, you can study a similar subject at German universities, similar to your former studies in Ukraine.
Thank you. The next question is, I am 17 years old and I want to enter your university. I know that I have to study at the Studienkolleg for the first year first. What permissions do I need from my papers in Ukraine to study at your university? Do I need to apostille and translate my Ukrainian certificate? Can I do this in Ukraine or only in Germany? I think this is also
I
question.
put a link into the chat. Maybe you have seen it, because we have all these information on our website, and it's better to read them than to explain it now, because it's quite complicated. Okay.
Okay, and if you have, after you've read the website, if you have any follow-up questions, I will leave some contact info at the end of the presentation as well. Then the next question is, what is the difference between the Bachelor of Biology and the Bachelor of Integrated Life Sciences? So this is maybe for Patrick, if you can answer that with his degree in politics. Patrick, are you there? Ah, thank you.
My phone. Could you repeat?
Yeah. So the question was whether there's a difference, or like what is the difference between studying the Bachelor of Biology and the Bachelor of Integrated Life Sciences?
Well, it's the focus. The biology bachelor is a general biology bachelor. The integrated life science bachelor is, as said, includes way more biophysics, biomathematics, quantitative methods, and goes more directly in the direction of systemic biology.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this one I'm gonna need like 100 years to read. Hold on. This is what happens when you don't read Cyrillic. No, I'm gonna put this last, or if you can't, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna put this to the back. I'm gonna need like 100 years to read this. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait, which one was it? This one is the next one. Okay, so I can read Good Day. Oh, I think it's. Let me just. So I think they're asking about what kind of certificates of German language knowledge do you need for admission to the School of Business and Economics? Like, does I think he's saying, is the certificate B2 Beruf enough or not? In terms of that, I think that's a very specific question. I think I'm gonna redirect you to sending an email, I guess, if that's okay. Unless
For
Kerstin,
the application, it is okay. Okay, if you apply for a program in German language, we accept B2 Telg Beruf, but for enrollment, you need a higher certificate. For example, take C1 Hochschule, a special certificate for universities.
I'm just gonna do a sneaky move, and I'm gonna put this into a translator because I read way too slowly. In the meantime, we will be able to answer the next question, which is, whoops. Oh no, I didn't copy. Sorry. I'll be right. I'll get it done in a second. Why doesn't it want to copy? Please copy. It's just literally not copying. Why? Okay. So we can move on to the next question while I translate the other one. This was it. So what is the average salary for student jobs in Erlangen or Nuremberg? And is it realistic to cover living expenses by working 20 hours per week? So this is from me, I would say. The general consensus is no. The thing is, when you receive your visa or your residence permit or whatever it is to be able to stay in Germany, if you apply for studies, for the study status and not for the refugee status, they basically expect you to do your studies here and not to work, which is why the work hours and everything is limited. I think the minimum wage is at 13 euros something right now. And the rent prices are just soaring. So I feel like with a partial scholarship, it would be totally fine. This is what I did, for example. But if you're just relying on the 20 hours of work, I would say that this will not be enough, especially if you study in a more kind of, like, I don't want to pit study programs against each other, but I was studying English. I feel like you can do English and work more than 20 hours a week. You shouldn't, because that's illegal, but that's beside the point. But if you do study something like biology or like chemistry or like some kind of engineering degree, then it's going to be very difficult for you to even get to the 20 hours, because it's just, those are pretty advanced study programs. So I would try to get at least a partial scholarship of at least like 400, 500 euros. So you know, okay, your rent is covered and you're just working for, you know, the food money or the fun money. So I feel like it's difficult, but try to get at least a partial scholarship. The next question is, how can I find a job at FIU itself during a master's or PhD program? Is there an internal platform or job newsletter for students? I don't know about any newsletters, but you can basically, I can screen share, right? Can I screen share? I can screen share. Hold on. I just need to find the right screen. I guess it's going to be screen 2. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so basically, there are several websites. You can just go to FIU.de, and I think it's like /jobs or something. Let me check. It's loading. No. Okay, it was here. Hold on. There's there we go. Sorry, it was jobs.fiu.de. Yeah, so basically you can look on this website, just jobs.fiu.de, where we have all kinds of jobs listed right now. In terms of, now I'm gonna do it differently, Stellenberg Airline. There is also the Stellenberg, which is just a platform for student jobs in general. So they will have entry-level jobs or jobs like literally for students, part-time and stuff like that. So you can see Werkstudent literally means working student. So this is a job which you can only have if you are enrolled at university and if you're planning to work less than 20 hours per week. So these are the two ones just for general jobs. In terms of if you want to do more specific kind of research and that kind of stuff, I'm just going to need to find the question again. If you are trying to do something more of like, if you're working, you know, a PhD and you want to try a job more in research, then I would just ask around the faculty, ask your project supervisor to see what kind of the faculty itself offers in the research field. If anybody has anything to add, please let me know. Okay, otherwise I'm just going to move on to, if I studied FIU is the next question. How realistic is it to work part-time? And this is, so this is basically something I've answered. It just kind of depends on you as a person and your study program. So I had a friend that studied medicine. She never worked, and I understand why. I studied English. I worked my whole study life, and it worked out fine for me. So it just depends on kind of what kind of person you are and what you study. What are the most common mistakes that Ukrainian students make when submitting documents to FIU? Ooh, this is a good question. Kerstin, do you maybe have an answer? Because I don't think anybody of us.
There's no general answer for this question. Okay, so there are no very common mistakes. So please read our information on our websites for international applicants. And if you have some questions, you always can contact us. There are no common mistakes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just going to screen share the previous question from earlier. I'm going to change to screen sharing again because I have translated it finally. So I'm just going to share my screen. I hope my team can read it. I don't know if I can zoom in or anything, but basically the question is what criteria can actually, let me switch it to English. What is the criteria for selecting international students when they apply to FIU, and how many places are allocated for such students? I think they mean international students. So for example, for the International Business and Economic Studies course, is there any way it can be prioritized among others to get a place? I don't know if Eva or Kerstin know anything about that. But I think there's no prioritization, right?
No.
I think it's just the best get in.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, and the second question, can I transfer from my private university after the first year to FAU? I don't know if there's a difference between Ukrainian private and state universities. I'm not too familiar.
Our admission office will check if your university is a recognized university. And if so, you may apply and you can get an admission if you're good enough.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then I'm gonna try and find the other question again where we stopped. Hold on. Whoops. Why is it? Okay, sorry. Where were we? I think this is the next one. Okay, so if I studied, basically, I think if you studied for 1 year at the Ukrainian university, how can I transfer to university? You just have to pass the application procedure, basically. So just apply to the study program, submit the required documents. Is there anything else to add, Kerstin?
No.
Okay, perfect. The next question is Bachelor ist erstes Semester und Master ist höheres Semester auf Deutsch. So the question was, what does like basically Bachelor Master mean? So Bachelor is the study program that you study for your first like round about 3 years. A Bachelor usually takes people between 6 and 8 semesters to complete. And then once you have that certificate and you would like to continue studying and to continue basically, I don't know, studying in a specific field and finding out more about a specific subject, then you go on to do a master degree. So the bachelor is the first degree. And then if you're interested to study further, you do the master degree, but it's not like one linear. Like I, for example, only did a bachelor and then I was finished. And a lot of my colleagues said, hey, I would like to actually study another subject on top of that after I have completed my bachelor. So that's kind of the difference. Okay, yeah, so this, oh, cool. So this we have already answered. Is it possible for a student for an English taught program without German proficiency to find an internship during studies? Which industries are the most open to international students? I don't know if Karen or Patrick or Eva have anything, like I can say a couple of words. I don't know if you have more info.
I would say.
Yeah, Patrick, go ahead.
Pardon, go ahead. You go first.
Well, we do have an internship in our master program, so all of our students will have to do an internship, and we have a lot of international companies around, so they are where the language is English, but we also have the research institutes where they can do an internship as well, and they all only speak English basically. So this is not a problem mainly for our English taught programs. Patrick, if you have anything to add?
There's not much I can add to that. Of course, which industry? It's the tech and engineering sector. I wouldn't say it's limited to any specific branch there. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, the same thing. I hear that there are several students working at Siemens with only English knowledge. We always recommend having at least some German knowledge, at least to do small talk, to get the better tasks when you're working, to earn some sympathy points. But in general, yeah, it is possible. And I think there's also offices at the Faculty of Engineering that specialize in getting students internships or that have a list of companies that, students have worked at before. So just depending, again, once, on yourself, on your background, it could be easy, it could be harder. Yeah, if I studied online in a Ukrainian university, is it still possible to enroll without the Studienkolleg? This is basically the same question as with the private university. So I would just say submit your papers and they will check it and let you know. The next question is, good afternoon, I'm interested in chemistry. Can I apply immediately after graduating from college? This year I'm finishing my studies at college, or should I enroll and finish my first year at the university? Is chemistry available in English? I'm just going to break it down. So first of all, from what I can answer, I think you don't mean college. I think you mean high school is what I'm assuming. So if you are finishing school, then you would need to either do the Studienkolleg or do 1 year at university. And chemistry, is it available in English, Patrick?
On the bachelor level, no. So if you're coming from school, want to start studying, then you need to know German for all science programs. There are few engineering and business programs which allow you to study in English from your basically first year at FAU, but we only offer master programs in English.
Thank you, Patrick. The next question is, are there any special conditions for admission to the law major? Yeah, sorry. Can I apply for law if I'm currently a second-year student majoring in marketing? Where do students do internships in this specialty? So in terms of law studies and what is it? I think it's school education, it's medicine, and it's law. You have to be really careful, because if you're applying to study them in like the standard German concept, or at least Bavarian, which is a Southern German concept, we do have state examinations, performed by the state of Germany. So these study programs are held completely in German. So you need to have a very, very high level of German if you would like to study medicine or law. So what I would recommend is try to find a study program, like maybe, I think we have a European law and international law study program at the Faculty of Humanities, which is more international. I think it's also taught in English. So try to go for those kind of study programs if your German isn't basically near perfect, not to intimidate you or anything. And so work your way up from there. Yeah, and then regarding application and everything, we can, yeah, and also internships and things like that, I think we can talk about it once you have been admitted, if that's okay. Are there any exams or entrance tests that we will need to take in order to enroll? I don't know, Kerstin.
This depends on the program you want to apply for. Usually you don't have to pass a certain exam, but there are few programs that require an entrance examination.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So in my case, for example, I do have to like betray you guys. I didn't study at FAU, but for me, the university that I studied at, in order for me to be able to study English, they didn't want to see anything. They didn't even want to see my grade, I think, but they did want to have a quick English exam with me before they allowed me kind of to study it. So it just depends on the study program, but we don't have like a standardized university entrance test that you might know from other countries. Is it obvious that documents are, oh my God, I didn't even know that word. Apostilled in Germany, now I get it. Can it be done in Ukraine? Is it complicated to find this info anywhere? I'm gonna ask you to send an email and we can like figure it out. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna drop something in the chat in a minute. The next question is, what unexpected or hidden costs should a new student consider when moving to Germany for studies at FAU? Is there anything that students often forget? I would say it's just the general bureaucracy that people underestimate, and also things such as when you sign your rental contracts, usually the landlords here will ask for at least 2 or 3 rental payments upfront. It's a safety deposit. So when you come here, for example, your apartment is, I don't know, 500 euro a month, you will need to in total pay 2,000 because you need to pay 3 rents upfront plus the first rent. So try to get a place in the student dormitories or in any kind of like communal living situation. That might be a good first start. Other than that, we do have a reduced public transfer ticket price now. It's cost like between 30 and 50 euros a month, so it's pretty cheap, I feel like. So I think in that sense, I don't know. Does anybody else have anything? Okay. Which student organizations at FAU are the most active? Are there any unique student clubs that cannot be found at any other universities? I don't think so. I think we have a lot of, you can Google FAU and then Stufe. I'm gonna write in the chat in a second. Whoops, FAU Stufe. You can just Google them. You will get to a website where there's all the FAU student clubs listed. We do have also one student club that focuses on international students specifically. I will drop a link for them down below as well. Other than that, I don't think if there's any unique ones. I'm sorry. And I want to go to pharmacy. How many people are vying for first place? Can I improve my level of German through university courses in terms of medical terminology? I think you want to study pharmacy. I don't know how competitive it is. I can't say.
Competitive, quite competitive.
Okay. The next question is, which FAU programs are best suited for students who want to work in the field of sustainability and environmental technologies? I think Karen can just re-promote her study program.
Right, this is exactly right. You are, well, to be fair, many of our programs focus on sustainability, but we have at our Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering, we have 3 programs. I don't know if you mean bachelor or master's and in which language, but we have in German, bachelor and master energy technology. We have in German the chemical engineering, which focuses on sustainable chemical engineering, and of course we have clean energy processors, which is the program that I coordinate, which I said a few words. This is completely focused on sustainability and environmental technologies. So.
Thank
and
you.
It's completely in English. That's true. So yeah.
Hold on. I've lost track again. So is it easy to find accommodation is the next question. And unfortunately, it is not. It is easier once you get here. I think if you try to look from abroad, it can happen that you get scammed. So I would definitely advise you to definitely start looking from abroad. If you have any questions, you can email accommodation@fau.de. They can check your rental contract and tell you like if they think it's legit or if they think it's a scam. And other than that, just once you're here, install all the apps, allow all notifications, and just as soon as there's any kind of open accommodation, go there, check it out, talk to the people, and be really proactive about it. Okay, what level of German is required if I plan to study but intend to stay and work in Germany? I mean, again, depends on yourself. Basically, check the website for language requirements. And if you want to stay and work, it just depends on like how social do you want your life to be. If you want to engage with the people around you, definitely study some German. Otherwise, just for the daily life, English should be fine. What interdisciplinary opportunities are available for biomedical students? Can they collaborate with the computer science department in the field of medical technologies? Patrick, Karen, I'm gonna.
It's a bit of a general, I mean, it depends on what you want. What does collaboration mean? This is, I mean, is it about, okay, you're doing your master thesis and you're very interested in a certain field, and someone in the computer science department is working on the same topic, or a similar topic, then you can probably cooperate. For example, we have Karin, you have to correct me. We have a department for artificial intelligence in biomedical engineering. So yeah, basically, there would even be probably even be a study program that suits your interests very well. So and so there is we also have a program for medical engineering. If you're more interested in the engineering, then the informatics are part of this. So yeah,
I mean,
there are definitely things that are of interest to you here, but it's a bit. I mean, there is no collaboration in studying in study programs. I mean, you study a program, and of course you can take lectures or courses also from other programs if you're interested in them and if there are spaces available. But collaboration is more a term, I'd say, in research and maybe regarding your final thesis or anything like that.
Yeah, and I mean, you do have to keep in mind we are all very close. It's very interdisciplinary. That is a fact. I mean, we have in engineering, for example, we have modules from natural science faculty and the other way around. So it's all very, and we the departments and the faculties are very close by. So there is collaboration basically in everywhere. But as Patrick said, we're not quite sure what you mean exactly, but there are interdisciplinary programs that we do have, so maybe just have a look at those, yeah, exactly. So but I mean, it is a big thing for us because we have a very big faculty of natural science and of engineering, and this is something that we use, of course. Okay.
Yeah, maybe something to be aware of is like there's a basic principle here in that subject teaches subject. So, for example, if you take a master in chemical engineering, you will probably not only be taught by engineers, but you will also take courses at the chemistry department, for example.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just gonna try to filter the rest of the questions because they're just getting more of them. I would like to answer this one just because I think it's pretty cool. So the question is, does the FAU support research in artificial intelligence, and are there any opportunities to work on AI projects? I would say that there definitely are, just because I'm gonna send you an article link. We did release our own AI assistant. It's called, I'm still not sure if it's Hawkeye or Hawkey. Anyway, it's cute, it works. So you will definitely be able to do some research on that topic here. In terms of whether we offer programs that combine natural sciences with law, I don't think there are, but there is the law program for like European, international and stuff like that. So maybe you can, focus on that there, but there's no like combination of a law program between law and the Faculty of Science, as far as I'm aware. What else is there? Hold on, that we haven't. Yes, I'm just going to pick this one because it relates to me. Does the FAU have advisory centers for students who need help with migration issues or visa procedures? So once you have an admission to FAU, you can get help from us, the international office, and we will be able to help you with the issues that you have asked here. What is the next? How difficult is it to switch programs at FAU? I would say from my experience, switching programs at university myself, it's generally pretty easy. You do have to follow procedures, you have to follow the deadlines, you have to submit the forms, but other than that, it's pretty easy. And just don't do it too often. Which Studienkolleg would you recommend for students coming from Ukraine? And there is only one. The closest Studienkolleg to us is the Munich one. So I think everybody who applies to FAU will have to go to the Munich Studienkolleg whether they want to or not. What else is there?
And let me say,
go ahead.
Yeah, if you wish to go to the Studienkolleg, you have to apply at the university where you wish to study afterwards. So if you wish to go to Munich, you apply at FAU first, and we send you the admission for the Studienkolleg in Munich.
Thank you. The next question is, can students modify their curriculum? For example, is it possible to replace courses within their major with more interesting or interdisciplinary options? So speaking from a humanities background myself, in the humanities study programs, you generally just pick and choose your courses anyway. There is a general guide, but within that guide, you can select whether you would like to go to course A or B or C. You just need to complete one of them. My sister studied biology. She just got a timetable. She got a schedule. She didn't have any choice. So I don't know if maybe like Kerstin or Patrick can comment on what it's like at the engineering and science and such faculties.
Well, let's say you have usually quite, especially in the master or in your later bachelor semesters, you have some choice on which areas you want to specialize in, which courses you are more interested in. Of course, there is a core curriculum and classes and courses you just have to take, but usually all our programs try to accommodate the interests of students as good as possible. So yeah, let's say modifying the curriculum sounds a bit strange to our ears, but you definitely have the possibility to follow your interests and to make a choice of courses among a certain selection.
Thank you. There was another question about whether students can ask for help anywhere if they encounter financial difficulties, and this is in a similar vein if there's any kind of scholarships. In terms of scholarships, because we don't ask for tuition fees, we generally don't have any scholarships. There are two scholarships that the International Office offers. One of them is for students in their last year of their master's degree, where you can apply for it. And for all of the other scholarships, you will basically have to research yourself and see if there's any kind of organizations, private, funds and stuff like that you can apply for. We do have a list on our website, though. If you just Google FAU scholarships, it was like a super long list of all the different foundations that could give you a scholarship potentially, but you would have to take care of that yourself. What else is there? Is there anything that you guys feel like would be an interesting last question, maybe? I think that's really it. I think for the most part, we have answered the questions in some form or another. In terms of that question, I can send you guys a link. Actually, what you could do is if you go to, I'm just going to screen share once again. In terms of if you would like to get in touch with other students, we do have a Facebook group. It's called FAU Incoming Students, I believe. And all the links are, if you just go to fau.eu/ hold on. Oh my God, I forgot what the link is. There's a short link. Orientation, there it is. fau.eu/orientation, you'll basically be redirected to this website, where we have the welcome week for the summer semester. You don't need to join the programs. Please do not join them, because this is for students who have already been admitted. But on the last page, you will be able to find things such as helpful tips, such as how to join our WhatsApp community for international students, the link to the Facebook group, to where you can find out about the buddy program. You won't be able to register since you don't have an FAU address, so please don't try. Please only try after you have received your admission letter. But this is basically where you can follow up with other students, so like the links on the last website. You can also follow our Instagram as well if you're interested in that. There's the FAU Instagram, which is just uni / not slash, but like the underscore FAU, and there's also the one for the international office, which is this link here. So this is basically the one tip that I can give you guys. I'm just going to put the link in here. So if you want to socialize, if you want to check out like what is the truth and talk to other students, then this is where you can do it. Are there any questions that we haven't answered? No. So the last question, I'm just going to say, are there any mandatory fees per semester? There's only the 72 euro re-enrollment fee, which we kind of need to collect in order to be able to provide you with free services, such as help with the dormitories, such as reduced cafeteria prices, the International Career Service, Kerstin, who will be answering all of your application questions if you email her. So do try to just check out our websites, answer as many questions as you can yourself. Other than that, I have posted 2 links, one link to the international office, one link to the study advice center. And yeah, you have our Instagram, you have a WhatsApp group. I think you're all set, hopefully. So thank you very much for participating today. Any last words from the other presenters? Okay, then thank you very much for participating, and I wish you all a great Friday, a great Valentine's Day, and a happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks to you,
Bye.
Polina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What? No.